It's time! Guys, shall we begin from the basics? Let us begin from the basics. Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. My name is Rosina Sharon, and we're going to start from the very beginning, okay? With eyebrows. So today we're going to do a tutorial on how to do your eyebrows, updated, very detailed. Okay, before we do that, kindly subscribe, share your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll be reading all of them kama kawaida. And if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. With no further ado, let us go straight into the video. Okay guys, so before you start anything on the brows, make sure the eyebrow area is very dry and you have trimmed your eyebrows for better results. So we're going to start by lining the lower side of the brow before we line the upper side, and for that we're going to start by brushing the eyebrows upwards. And to line, we're going to use the Davis number 3 eye pencil. Make sure it's very sharp. Please avoid using black eye pencil unless you have a very dark skin tone. Okay, where to start lining, you're going to follow the corner of the nose, placing your first dot there as a guideline on where exactly to start. Okay, where to start carving midpoint of the eye, you're going to place the dot on the inner side of the brow. Where to stop lining, you're going to follow the lower lash line in that angle, placing your last dot there. So the 3 dots are going to be our guideline. Starting from the first dot, make sure your eye pencil is pointed towards the eye, not seated in that angle, pointed towards the eye. Okay, so from the first dot to the second dot, you're going to start connecting, and then make sure you're using very little force when you're doing this. Okay, now as you curve towards the outer corner, make sure you curve it in an outwards angle. Okay, don't bring it in an outwards angle as I am directing here. Now for the upper side, you're going to level the brows. Don't brush them down, level them so it gives you a guideline on where exactly to line. And then remember where your eyebrow is curved on the lower side. For the upper side, you're going to place a dot directly above where your eyebrow is lined on the curved on the lower side, and then a dot not directly from the inner corner. You're leaving a bit of space. So connecting the 2 dots, starting from the first one to the second one, make sure it's more of a straight line on the upper side, straight line or a very slight angle. Don't make it too angle. You don't want to walk around looking like a Nike, I beg. Okay, and then now you're going to start curving again, following the angle of the lower side. So you're going to curve it outwards until it meets the line on the lower side. Okay, now before you start filling in, we normally use the the bar soap. Hi boo, bar soap. Okay, you're going to wet it with water, rub on it, and then you're going to use the thick white foam to brush through the brows. The thick white foam around the inner corner, brush it upwards. As you go towards the outer corner, brush it in a way, brush your eyebrows in a way they just fit in between the 2 lines. Okay, not above it, not below the line. The eyebrows just fit in between the 2 lines you created. And then immediately after, press the eyebrows in using the flat side of the brush so they stick onto the skin, and allow for the soap to dry out completely first before you start filling in. Now to fill in, you're going to start from the outer corner and you're going to use gentle strokes using very little force. Okay, gentle force, use very little force. Now as you go towards the inner corner, you're going to tilt your eye pencil in a landscape angle. Is it landscape? I think so, yeah, like that. And then you're going to start creating a shadow on the inner corner, starting from the lower side, and use very little force. Especially for this, use very little force. And when you're filling in the brows, please emphasize on the areas you have space. Okay, where your eyebrows are very visible, leave it alone. Now moving on to cleaning the eyebrows, you're going to use a concealer 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. And then to clean, you're going to use a flat brush, flat on both sides, flat on the surface, flat, not an angled. When you're applying the product onto the brush, apply it side to side, so the product is concentrated mostly on the side of the brush, so we avoid having too much product on the tip of the brush. It's going to give that thick line on your eyebrows, and you don't want that. And your brush should be seated in this angle, don't point it towards the eye. Okay, and then around the inner corner, leave a bit of space as you clean, and then you're just going to follow the angle of the brow. Okay, you're just going to follow that angle as you clean, and please make sure your hands are very stable when you're cleaning. Okay, take your time, make sure your hands are stable. As you go towards the outer corner, clean it outwards. Okay, in an outwards angle. And then immediately after, drag the concealer down as you go. And for beginners, I would recommend you drag it sideways, okay? Sideways, and then drag down sideways as instructed in the video. Now, immediately after you're done, on the inner corner, remember we left a bit of space, so you're going to use a foundation that matches your skin tone, okay? A foundation that matches your skin tone. So that is what you're going to use to clean the inner side. Again, make sure your brush is seated in that angle, don't point it, and make sure the line for the foundation blends into that line for the concealer, so it's a smooth blend, okay? And as always, blend the product in before it dries out. So you can take a fluffy brush and just tap to blend that product in, especially on the edges, okay? Do this before you even start with the eyeshadow process. It's very, very important. Now, beginners, you don't need to clean the upper side of the brow. You see the brow is looking amazing as it is already. But if you must clean the upper side of the brow, my beginners, pay attention to this. It's very important, okay? Take your same brush you're using. You can take a wet wipe, okay? Don't use a foundation, or you're still a beginner. And then in that angle, like that, use it to clean. This way, it's going to give you a crisp line without leaving too much damage. In case like you mess, you can always fix with an eye pencil after. If you use foundation or a concealer, it may be very, very hard for you to clean it if you mess up. And you know, we're beginners, you can mess up anytime, it's allowed, okay? Go back in, correct it, and keep practicing until you get there. And that is it for us today, guys. Let me know if this tutorial was very helpful for you. Please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe, okay? I'll see you next time. Bye.